No joke, this is getting kind of hot.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous. All right, you ready? So what's cool about this point going forward is I have not eaten any of these hot sauces ever. So I have no idea what's coming.
Oh, Gabe again.
Game number 2.
He says, I'm 17 right now. How does the stimulus package affect me when I have not worked / paid taxes?
So the stimulus package is designed to help non-dependent working Americans. So when I say non-dependent, if you can be claimed as a dependent, regardless of your age, that means you will not receive a stimulus check. So who's a dependent? If you still live with grandma, grandpa, if you have guardians, if you have parents that you still live with, odds are they're claiming you as a dependent. As you probably know, my parents did this to me when you're in college. Your parents can keep claiming you as a dependent as well, all the way up to I want to say 22 or 24, somewhere in there.
Vanessa from third period, lots of third periods in these. So, asks, will the stimulus checks arranged to be sent to American families have a possibility of negatively affecting the economy down the road, or are they meant to prevent those negatives that may come if those checks aren't sent?
Okay, so I think, Vanessa, what you're asking is will the stimulus checks cause problems down the road, like unintended problems? Is that kind of the gist you got from her question?
I believe so.
Yeah, and that's a really, really smart question, actually, because there are inflationary concerns. If you guys recall, like inflation is where the money supply increases or demand increases or the cost of making goods increases. In short, things get more expensive. In normal circumstances, dumping a bunch of money into the economy would be a concern from an inflationary perspective. But if you look at like 2008, we're doing a lot of the same things now, and you can look up the history of inflation. Inflation didn't really take off. Now, what did kind of take off is the national debt and the national deficit, which has continued to be a problem up until now. So looking forward, that may be some type of concern, but the odds of that impacting us in any super drastic way, I think most economists would agree is relatively small, even with this large spending bill. So I think mostly everything coming from the stimulus bill is good in the short term and not nearly as bad as some people might make it out to be in the long term. All right, well, let's just jump into it.
Go for it.
This is pain is good. Look at the guy on the front looks like me.
From third period asks, will you come buy something from me at work? I am bored.
Carson, dude, I wish I could, but to follow social distancing, I've got to stay here unless it's an absolute necessity.
Okay.
All right. Next up is
Dave.
Dave's temporary insanity sauce.
I mean, that looks like a good wing.
Oh.
That's great. Do you need that almond milk now?
No. I don't know if I can eat this whole one. Okay.
The audio is just going to be you smacking your lips for the entire...
Wow. Immediately the hottest one I've eaten so far.
Okay.
And it's not even close.
Thank you, Dave. We appreciate your temporary insanity sauce.
Oh, man.
Hey, take another bite. We're going to ask some questions.
Oh, man.
Daniela from second period asked, because the New York Federal Reserve injected $1.5 trillion in the market, will it cause the US dollar to be worth a lot less?
What was the question? I'm gonna pump the brakes on that one.
Nope, you gotta eat it all. Keep going. That's how this goes.
You want to try it? Oh my goodness.
I mean, I do.
That is hot.
It looks delicious. But I take my profession seriously as an interviewer.
All right, ask the question again. I'm good.
Because the New York Federal Reserve injected $1.5 trillion into the market, will it cause the US dollar to be worth a lot less?
Okay, so that's a lot like the inflation question we were just talking about. Probably not, because while the US dollar will be more plentiful, demand is also going up for the US dollar at the same time, right? So, for example, if you hold stocks and you want to sell your stock, what are you trying to buy? Well, you're trying to buy money, right? You're trying to say, I will trade you this stock for US dollars. So when you see people leaving the stock market and stock prices going down, what in effect they're usually doing is moving to cash or US debt. So the demand for cash goes up, which means the value of the dollar goes up. And I haven't looked, but I would bet if we look at a graph of the US dollar, it's this one got me, man. Its value has gone up relative to some other currencies.
Like your blood pressure.
Okay, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. How did I decide to do this, man? This is a horrible idea. Okay, so this was
the encore.
This was the temporary insanity sauce, Dave's Gourmet Temporary Insanity Sauce. That's what I just ate. My mouth is on fire. This is just insanity. You know, so this is, I guess I'm going to go insane.
Okay.
All right. Oh, man. You ready to do this?
Let's do it. Take a bite.
Well,
is that
I'm
hotter?
I regret that immediately.
Is it hotter or less hot? Rachel from third period asks, what are your views about TikTok and how do you think it's impacting our generation?
TikTok?
Yes.
Oh my God. You should ask that question again. But let me answer the question about TikTok. I feel like this is totally insane. This is a horrible idea.
Is it insanity sauce?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm a mess. I'm gonna go clean up really quick and get some more almond milk. Okay, so like I was trying to say earlier, I don't think it's that different than like MTV, right? Where you have quick, poor Leia. You have quick, consumable information in like very small chunks, right? Song. The difference is it's just user created content instead of something that's getting pushed to us from the media or like a record label. And even on that note, like, is it that different than radios where we were just getting information quickly in the form of a song or like the way we do news now? So I think there's concern with the quality of content, especially if people are relying on it for news. But from an entertainment standpoint, I don't think it's that different than what we've always done. It's just the generation before you always likes to look back and find a reason to criticize you. And I guess stuff like TikTok's kind of it, right? Are we on to the next wing?
Next wing. This one's going to be the bomb.
This is if you've seen Hot Ones, right?
Yes.
On the show, this is the one that ends people, and I'm super nervous. I'm going to tell you right now, I can't eat this whole thing. This is such a bad idea. This is the worst decision of my life. All right.
If you've got
Oh, it tastes like... Oh, it's just garbage.
So Melody from fourth period asks, do you think we'll be going back to school soon?
We're going to go back to school soon? The plan right now is for us to go back by April 30th. And I think that the county is working... Jesus. How is that legal, man? Oh, my... Oh. Oh, it's in my throat. Oh, my... What the... Oh, God, it just stays... Oh, it just keeps going.
What you were saying?
Oh.
April 30th?
The plan is to get back April 30th. The plan is for us to get back April 30th. And the county is working really hard. The governor's office is working really hard to make that happen. And it's not even... Oh, it's the hotness and the taste is almost worse than the heat. No, the governor and the county is working really hard, and I fully believe that they are going to do everything they can to get us back on April 30th. With that said, there's a lot that's out of their control, and I also trust them to do... Oh, it just keeps going. I also trust them to do what's best for teachers and for students. It can't be worse. It can't be worse than that.
Okay.
It just can't.
Eileen from second period wants to know, what's been your favorite part about teaching?
Most days are pretty routine, and like you end up going through the motions, but sometimes you get to do something that you actually feel like made a difference. You taught someone about a subject that they're really interested in, and you can see this person might become involved in politics, or this person might be involved in economics, or a subject I teach or something I help them learn about, because I was there to help them, right? I was there to make them excited about it. So those little moments, they do happen, and they're awesome. Like, I totally love that part of the job. That was good though.
So congrats on eating all 10 wings, even though some of them were a little bit half eaten.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I could do it. My advice would be, do not try this at home.